Good day. To start our day, let us have our opening prayer. Let us bow our head and feel the presence of our To check your attendance, please react with a thumbs up in the chat box to confirm your attendance at this time. So the president of the class, can you please kindly monitor the attendance? Thank you. Okay, to start our lesson, please answer the given task 1. Entre Pinoy. So let me read the directions. Listen to and understand the given situation. Then answer the questions based on the given situation.
Jillian saw some processed fish products sold online. She wanted to try making her own bottled canned processed fish products. She thinks that it is a good product for an online business since only a few offer processed fish products in their place, and fish is a much cheaper material than pork, chicken, and beef. She wants her processed fish to have a longer shelf life, and it has to be neat, presentable, and inviting to customers. However, there was scarcity of supply of some containers packaging in their locality.
Now, here is question number 1. If you were Jillian, how would you pack the processed fish product? Okay, please share your answer to the class. Okay, nice answer, class. We can pack processed fish products using can, bottle packaging, and retort pouches. Now, for question number 2. Why would such packaging be suitable for Chilean's processed fish product? Okay, please share your answer to the class. Okay, good answer, class. Cans and bottle packaging are safer to use. Now, for question number 3. Do you think the packaging can be of great help in marketing Chilean's product? How? Okay, please share your answer to the class. Okay, great answer, class. Yes, products packed in cans and bottles are easier to handle, carry, store, and also to transport. Now, for question number 4. How does scarcity of container packaging supply affects Chilean's promotion of her bottled canned fish product? Again, okay, please share your answer to the class. Okay, nice answer, class. The shortage of preferred packaging material, of course, will somehow slow down the promotion of the product. And for the last question, number 5, would you encourage Jillian to push through with her plan or selling bottled canned processed fish products? Why? Okay, good answer, class. Yes, as a contingent, the products can be packed also using other available packaging material like retort pouches and can easily revert back to the preferred packaging once available. Okay, so thank you for your answer, class. Very good. Well done. I know you have now an idea of our today's lesson. Our topic for today will focus on thermal processing of fish. So this is under the unit of competency, processing food by thermal application. So here are the contents of our lesson. 1. Principles of thermal processing. 2. Parameters in food canning. 3. Conventional canning method. 4. Clostridium botulinum. 5. Basic steps in thermal processing, canning of food products. And last is evaluation of thermally processed products. And of course, after our discussion, you are expected to perform canning of processed fish. You will inspect processed fish products after preparatory operations visually for normal characteristics in accordance with manufacturer's specification. Dispose downgraded, rejected processed fish products according to company's policy. So you will fill cans with processed fish and add with ingredients according to specifications. So you will check lids with sealing compound prior to sealing. You will seal cans immediately after exhausting to meet the required temperature as per established practice. Check cans for visual defects after sealing, retorting, and cooling according to established requirements. And the last is label canned fish products with information in accordance to manufacturer's specifications. So we are now in week 4 of quarter 4 and the lesson will end in week 7. So you have 3 weeks to learn the skills, knowledge, attitude, and work values related to a unit of competency. To continue, please answer task number 2, heads together. So here are the directions. So in task 2, form 5 teams. So each team to brainstorm or search the answer to the given question. Google Slides are provided for the output collaboration in preparation for team's presentation. So again, link to the slides will be given by the teacher. Okay, so for team A, magkasama ang math and science. For team B, magkasama ang English and AP. For Team C, magkasama ang Filipino and MAPE. And for Team D, magkasama ang Science at TLE. And the last team, E, all Science High School teacher. Okay, so this task is with time pressure. So you have 10 minutes to complete the task. So I already posted in the chat box, okay, the link for your Google Slides. So kindly check na lang the chat box. Okay, class, you may now start. Okay, time has ended. Team A, you may now present your output, followed by Team B, and so on. Okay, thank you class for your amazing outputs and great presentation. Good job. Okay, to continue, please watch the video lesson with Mom Jubes to broaden your knowledge and understanding in processing food by thermal application under Lesson 4, Packaged Processed Fish by Connie. Good day. Welcome to the sixth and last module, Processing Food by Thermal Application. This is Mom Jubes, your TVL teacher in Food Fish Processing NC2. This module will cover the knowledge and skills required to process food by thermal application. You will learn how to prepare equipment and apparatus for thermal application. You will also learn how to process by pasteurization and pressurization. Towards the end, you will learn how pasteurized and pressurized products should be packaged and stored. Let's begin! Alamin muna natin kung ano nga ba ang thermal processing. Ang thermal processing o kilala din sa tawag na paglalata o pagbobote ay isang paraan ng pagpipreserba ng pagkain na kung saan ang pagkain at ang container nito ay pinoproseso sa napakainit o mataas na temperatura upang maging commercially sterile. Ang commercial sterility ng mga thermally processed food ay mapapanatili kung ang produkto ay nakapak sa isang packaging materials na mahigpit ang pagkakasara or hermetically sealed o selyadong-selyado na kung saan hindi makakapasok o makakalabas ang hangin o anumang mikrobyo. Sa ganitong kondisyon, ang pagkain ay hindi basta-basta masisira. Nakadepende sa uri ng pagkain kung gaano kataas ang temperatura at kung anong uri ng equipment ang kakailanganin sa paglalata o pagbobote ng pagkain upang makamit ang commercial sterility. Ang partikular na katangian ng pagkain na aking tinutukoy ay ang pH at water activity. Kapag sinabi nating pH, ito ay tumutukoy kung gaano kaasim ang pagkain. Karaniwan, ang pH ng mga pagkain ay nasa pagitan ng 2.0 hanggang 7.0. Maaari itong sukatin sa pamamagitan ng pH meter. Habang bumababa ang pH, ay mas umaasim ang pagkain. Ang water activity naman ay ang dami ng tubig sa pagkain na pwedeng gamitin ng mikrobyo para siya ay mabuhay. Ang kadalasang water activity ng pagkain ay mas mababa sa 1.0 na maaaring masukat sa pamamagitan ng water activity meter. Habang tumataas ang water activity, mas madami at mas mabilis mabuhay ang mga mikrobyo. Sa thermal processing, ang pinaka-importanting sukat ng pH at water activity na dapat niyong tandaan ay ang pH 4.6 at water activity na 0.85. Yan ang borderline para makapagdesisyon kung anong uri ng thermal processing ang gagawin niyo. Ang mga pagkain na may pH na mas mababa sa 4.6, kagaya ng mga natural acid food, ay pwedeng iproseso sa pasteurization temperature o temperatura ng kumukulong tubig o mas mababa pa doon o 100 degrees Celsius o mas mababa pa. Pwedeng gumamit ng ordinaryong lutuan o yung tinatawag na water bath technique. Kapag ang pagkain naman ay may pH na mas mataas sa 4.6 o hindi gaanong maasim at merong water activity na mas mataas sa 0.85, kinakailangang maiproseso ito na may temperaturang higit sa 100 degrees Celsius o sterilization temperature. Ang kadalasang temperatura na ginagamit ay 116 degrees Celsius hanggang 121 degrees Celsius. Dito papasok ang paggamit ng pressure canner at retort dahil hindi kaya ng ordinaryong lutuan na mapataas ang temperatura. Ang Clostridium botulinum ay isang uri ng bakterya na kayang mabuhay sa mga under-processed canned food o yung mga nakalata o nakaboteng pagkain na hindi sapat o kulang ang init at tagal ng pagkaproseso. Ang mga mikrobyong ito ay napakadelikado sapagkat nakakalikha ito ng nakamamatay na lason kapag ito ay nabuhay at nakapagparami sa loob ng nakabote at nakadelatang pagkain. So ito ang karaniwang pamamaraan ng paglalata o pagbobote ng pagkain. Ang procedure na ito ay pangkalahatan at maaaring magamit hindi lamang sa isda kundi sa iba pang uri ng pagkain. Pagtuunan natin ng pansin ang pagproseso sa isda. Una ay ang pagpili at pagsisiyasat ng raw materials o mga sangkap na gagamitin. Napaka-importante na ang mga sangkap at materyales na gagamitin ay may magandang kalidad at nagmula sa mapagkakatiwalaang tagapagtustos o supplier. So ipinapakita dito ang pagkakaiba ng sariwa at lumang isda. Ang sariwang isda ay may sumusunod na katangian. Banayad ang amoy, nakaumbok ang mga mata, mamula-mula at marosas ang kulay ng hasang, buo ang tiyan at hindi basta-basta nadudurog. Maputi ang laman at marosas ang labasan ng hangin at hindi lumolobo. Bukod sa isda, isa pang sangkap na maaaring gamitin ay ang mga gulay, karne at prutas. Kagaya ng masusing pagsisiyasat sa isda, nararapat din nating tignan ng maigi ang kalidad ng iba pang gagamiting mga sangkap. Mahalaga din ang pagpili ng packaging material na ating gagamitin. Meron tayong iba't ibang uri ng packaging material na maaaring gamitin sa thermal processing. Ang pangkaraniwang ginagamit sa ngayon ay ang lata at garapon. Meron na rin gumagamit ng mga retortable pouches sa isda. Ang multi-layer brick packaging type naman ay kadalasang ginagamit sa mga juices at gatas. Sumunod ay ang paghahanda ng mga sangkap, packaging material at kagamitang pagluto o kinakailangang sabaw o packing medium na hiwalay na inihahanda sa pangunahing sangkap. Para sa isda, dito sa step na ito, ginagawa ang paghuhugas, pagkakaliskis, paghihiwa at pagpuputol, pagbabad sa tubig na may asin at iba pa na treatment. Ipinapakita sa larawang ito kung paano inihahanda ang mga isda at iba pang mga proseso. Kadalasan ang mga isda ay binobote o inilalata na may packing medium. Ilan sa mga packing medium ay ang mga sumusunod: cooking oil, brine, water, tomato sauce, and formulated sauces. Maaari itong ihanda gamit ang steam jacket kettles or ordinaryong lutuan. Sumunod naman ang paglalagay ng sangkap. Importante na pare-pareho at napapanatili natin ang naangkop na level ng pagkain sa loob ng container. Dapat ay tama ang fill weight, net weight, at head space. Ito ang kahulugan ng terminolohiyang aking nabanggit. Ang fill-in weight, ito ang timbang ng solid portion ng produkto. Ang net weight, ito ang timbang ng solid na sangkap kasama ang packing medium o ang sabaw. Ang gross head space, ito ang kabuuang espasyo mula sa pinakamataas na parte ng container o ibabaw ng takip hanggang sa taas ng liquid sa loob ng container. Ang net head space, ito ay espasyo mula sa ilalim ng takip at sa level ng liquid. Ang mga container ay dapat punuin ng 90% ng capacity nito at kailangang mag-iwan ng 10% para sa headspace. Ito ay upang hindi maapektuhan ang integridad ng packaging materials kung sakaling mag-expand ang mga pagkain sa loob. Merong dalawang paraan sa pag-fill ng pagkain sa packaging materials. Una, paglalagay ng hilaw na pagkain sa container kasunod ng paglalagay ng mainit na packing medium. Pangalawa ay ang sabay na paglalagay ng isda at packing medium. Sumunod na step naman ay ang exhausting. Importante ang step na ito sapagkat kapag merong natirang hangin sa loob ay maaaring mag-react ang hangin sa loob ng container at pagkain at bibilis ang pagkasira nito. Importante na ang produkto ay hindi bababa ang temperatura sa 82 degrees Celsius bago ito isarado. Gumamit ng thermometer upang ma-check ang temperatura ng pagkain. Ang sumunod naman ng step ay ang sealing. Importante na maisara agad ang na-exhaust na produkto habang mainit pa ito at huwag hayaang bumaba ang temperatura ng 82 degrees Celsius. Ito ang ilan sa mga ginagamit sa pagsasarado ng lata. Ang consumer electric can sealer or manual can sealer. Ang bind sealer ay para sa mga portable pouches. Para sa mga garapon ay ang automatic capping machine. Ang sumunod namang step ay ang coding. Pagkatapos isarado at hugasan ay lagyan ito ng palatandaan upang madaling matrace kung magkakaroon ng problema lalo na kung maraming batch ang pinoproseso. Susundan naman ito ng thermal processing or sterilization. Ito ang pinaka-importanting proseso dahil dito nakasalalay kung magiging ligtas kainin ang pagkain. Maaari nating gawing gabay ang mga regulasyon ng US FDA at Philippine National Standard. Kadalasan, malaking commercial retort ang nakikita natin sa malaking planta. So after thermal processing, kinakailangang mapalamig kaagad at maibaba ang temperatura sa 40 to 45 degrees Celsius. Ito ay upang maiwasan ang pagkabuhay ng mga mikrobyo na nabubuhay sa napakataas na temperatura. Ang proseso na ito ay tinatawag na sudden cooling o binibiglabo ang pagbabago ng temperatura ng produkto. Sa mga nakabote naman na pagkain ay inirerekomenda na palamagin ito sa room temperature. Pagkatapos mapalamig ay nararapat lamang na siyasatin ang produkto. Tanggalin ang depektibong produkto. Ang panghuling step ay ang labeling ng container. Ang label ay inilalagay o itididikit sa mga container sa iba't ibang pamamaraan. Meron gumagamit ng papel o plastic sleeves. Ito ang equipment na ginagamit sa labeling. Maaari ring manual ang paglalagay ng label. Para sa pagle-label, sumusunod tayo sa kautosang pampangasiwaang 30/2014 ng Kagawaran ng Kalusugan o DOH. Nakasaad dito na dapat nakalagay sa label ang pangalan ng produkto, brand name, kumpletong listahan ng sangkap, net weight, and drained weight, at pangalan at address ng pagawaan. Dapat meron din siyang lot identification code, instruction kung saan dapat i-imbak, expiration date, impormasyon tungkol sa food allergen, direksyon kung paano gamitin ang produkto, at impormasyon tungkol sa nutrisyon. Evaluation of thermally processed products. Ang mga thermally processed food ay kailangang masuri bago ito i-dispatcha sa mga consumer. Isa sa mga pagsusuri na ginagawa sa mga nakalatang pagkain ay ang physical test. Isa na dito ang tear-down examination for cans. Sinusukat nito kung gaano kahigpit at kung tama ang pagkakasarado ng mga nakalatang pagkain. Gumagamit ng micrometer, can opener, can and nippers sa test na ito. Medyo destructive ang test na ito. Talagang sisirain mo yung lata para malaman at masukat mo kung tama ang pagkakasarado ng lata. Lagi po nating tatandaan ang business ethics sa pagproseso ng pagkain. Responsibilidad natin ng mga food processor na makapagproseso ng pagkain na malinis, ligtas, tama at tapat.
How to pasteurize fruit juice. You will need the following: 1 liter fresh orange juice, thermometer, saucepot, and funnel. Extract the juice from the oranges. Pour fresh orange juice into a double boiler. You may use a saucepot if the product is for home consumption only. Place a clean thermometer in the pot to monitor the temperature. Bring the temperature to 63 degrees Celsius and maintain temperature for 30 minutes. Carefully remove from the heat. Transfer into sterilized jars and seal. How to pasteurize milk. You will need the following: 1 liter raw fresh milk, thermometer, saucepot, and funnel. Pour milk into a double boiler and place over heat. You may use a saucepot if the product is for home consumption only. Place a clean thermometer to monitor the temperature. Bring the temperature to 73 degrees Celsius and maintain for 15 seconds. Carefully remove the pot from the heat. Allow to cool. Transfer into sterilized bottles. How to pre-cook sardines for canning. Soak in brine solution of 20% salt, 80% water for 30 minutes. Half cook by frying in cooking oil. Fill the glass jars with fish. Garnish with carrots, pickles, bay leaves, and whole black pepper. Add corn oil. Seal tightly. Pressure canning. Place rack in canner and add about 3-inch depth of water. Arrange the sealed jars into the racks. Leave space between the jars. Lock the cover for safety. Turn the heat on and wait for the steam to come out of the vent. Let steam vent for 10 minutes before putting the weight gauge on. Adjust pressure to 15 psi. Adjust the heat as necessary to maintain that level of pressure for the entire processing time. If the pressure goes down, you will have to restart your timer. When the processing time has lapsed, allow canner to depressurize by letting it stand for 10 to 15 minutes or until the pressure gauge reads 0 psi. Carefully open the lid of the pressure canner. Take the cans out of the pressure canner using a jar lifter. Allow the cans to cool down for 12 hours on a heat-resistant surface such as a folded towel, rack, or cutting board. Examine lid for leakages, dents, and sharp edges. Store canned products in room temperature.
Thank you for watching. This is Mom Jubes. Happy learning! So happy learning with Mom Jubes. You may watch the video on my YouTube channel, Food Tech Adult with Mom Jubes. I hope it broadens your knowledge, understanding, and skills in processing food by thermal application. Under Lesson 4, Packaged Processed Fish by canning. So this time, let me check your knowledge about the lesson by completing the next task. So you're going to answer the short quiz. Okay, let's begin. Here are questions 1 to 3. Okay, class, what is your answer in number 1? Very good, it's letter C. How about number 2? Yes, very good, it's letter B. And number 3? Yes, very good, it's letter C. Now, here are questions 4 to 6. Okay, class, what is your answer in number 4? Very good, it's letter A. How about number 5? Yes, very good, it's letter B. And the last number 6. Yes, very good, it's letter D. Okay, thank you, class, for your answer. Very good again. Well done. Thank you, class, for completing the task. Are you enjoying the activity? Okay, so this time, let us make it more challenging for you by doing the next task. Task 4, my correct disposition. So let me read the directions. The directions. Analyze the given hazard in each processing step and determine appropriate disposition that must be taken in assuring that processing procedure will produce a safe product. Okay, so the table shows our examples of challenges and problems encountered in food processing workplace. Note of the identified hazard on the table and think of a correct disposition and corresponding preventive measures. Okay, anyone from the class who would like to share an answer? Okay, nice answer, class. Now, here are the suggested dispositions and preventive measures in each processing steps. In receiving to loin cleaning, the identified hazards are decomposed fish and damaged fish. You may give a reject disposition to raw materials in such condition. Supplier to give corrective actions so such problem will not occur again, like sorting out the spoiled damaged pieces and adequate bracing with ice, the good ones for receiving. Okay, so now let's go to the next processing steps. Class, in this table, you will see the steps in processing fish from packing hanggang sealing with identified hazards. Again, think of a correct disposition and corresponding preventive measures. Okay, anyone who would like to share an answer? Okay, good answer, class. Now, Here are the suggested dispositions and preventive measures in each processing steps. In packing, the identified hazard is defective empty can. Your disposition for cans with defects is rejected. As a preventive action, there should be an increased inspection of cans to be used. A proper sampling plan must be designed in agreement with the supplier. And of course, the number of defective cans should be 0 or at a minimum standard level. Workers should be trained to do container integrity testing. You may conduct training, seminar to the workers for integrity testing. So the identified hazard in filling is overfill, while in seaming, the identified hazard is double seaming. Disposition for overfilled and double seamed products is rejected. As a corrective action or preventive measure, packing or filling and weighing machines must be checked and calibrated properly before use to avoid overfilling and double seaming. In this table naman class, you will see the steps in processing fish from retorting hanggang post-process handling with identified hazards. Again, think of a correct disposition and corresponding preventive measures or corrective action. Okay, anyone from the class who would like to share an answer? Okay, great answer, class. Well done. Now, here are the suggested dispositions and preventive measures in each processing step. In retorting, the identified hazard is incorrect processing, resulting in the outgrowth of microbes and toxins. Disposition for misprocessed products must be rejected. As a corrective action, retort or process operators must undergo retraining both in machines and process. While contaminated or deformed products must be rejected. Proper handling and good storing practices must be observed. Now, let's check how well you learned our lesson for today by answering the following questions. Okay, so for question number 1, Leah's client wants her fish to be packed in a glass container with 250 grams of product inside it. If you are Leah, what tools and equipment are you going to prepare and what factors are you going to consider for this specific job? Okay, please share your answer to the class. Okay, nice answer, class. So, you will need a weighing scale to ensure that the contained product's weight is as required, in this case, 250 grams. And of course, you will need bottle or can packaging that can contain 250 grams product. For the factors to be considered, there are controls that need to be observed in order to come up with good quality products so that fish can have an extended shelf life by means of processing with proper setting. Okay, so thank you for sharing your answer. And for question number 2. So for question number 2, why do you have to heat the bottled canned product in high temperature? Okay, please share your answer to the class. Okay, good answer. So fish products heated, controlled high temperature at a specified time can kill undesirable bacteria and spoilage organism, so making the products safe to consume and at the same giving the product a longer shelf life. So for question number 3, what part of the lesson did you find interesting and useful in your daily life? Okay, please share your answer to the class. Okay, great answer, class. The process of controlled heating of fish and packing it aseptically, so that there are ways of preserving food other than chilling and freezing. Again, thank you, class, for completing the task. Are you enjoying the activity? This time, you will do individual demonstration of practical skills. You will apply what you have learned. So this will be your assignment. So you're going to do the following. 1, bottled fruit juice using the pasteurization method. And number 2, bottled sardines using the pressurization method. Use raw materials available in your community. Please follow the procedures correctly. Okay, and of course, don't forget to make a digital photo album of your demonstration. So your performance and demonstration of practical skills will be evaluated using the rubric. Since you're going to do that at home, please ask your parent, guardian, or your relatives to assess your performance in the following critical tasks and performance criteria. You will be rated based in the overall evaluation and performance levels. Next is the individual rating sheet based on TESDA performance critical criteria and self-assessment tool. Again, please ask the help and assistance of your parent, guardian, or relatives in rating your performance. And please be reminded of the safety tips before doing the task. Okay, so any question about your assignment? Okay, so to end our lesson, please reflect. Think of one word to reflect. Okay, so for the reflection, think of one word that describes what you currently feel or think of from the lesson you learned today and use in the sentence. The words can be in any language you are comfortable with. Okay, so that's all for the day. Thank you, class, for your participation. So I will review the result of your outputs and I will give you an update on your progress. Okay, goodbye.